Let's be real, sometimes you just want to play a good RPG, get lost in a story, and level up your character without being constantly online. That's why I've been searching the app stores to find the absolute best offline RPGs. Finally, I'm so excited to be showing you my top 20 best offline RPG games for Android and iOS. So, let's get started. Battle Chasers: Nightwar is a turn-based RPG with a really cool comic book-inspired art style. Visually, it's pretty impressive. The combat is strategic and engaging, with a good mix of abilities and character roles. You'll find yourself thinking about your moves and planning ahead, which is a nice change of pace from some of the more action-heavy mobile games. If you're a fan of turn-based RPGs and you appreciate a strong, smart style. Attorneyium is a classic action RPG like Diablo. You're hacking and slashing your way through hordes of enemies, collecting loot, and leveling up your character. It's got that satisfying loop of getting stronger and finding better gear. The controls are pretty intuitive, especially the gesture-based spellcasting, which feels really smooth. It's free to play, but it's one of the more generous ones out there. Eternium is easy to pick up and play, and it offers a lot of content for a free game. Divinity Original Sin 2 Mobile Segment. Phone Divinity Original Sin 2 is a massive RPG on mobile. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure story with hilarious characters and tons of funny dialogue. Every decision you make feels like it matters, and the turn-based battles let you outsmart enemies with clever tactics. Divinity Original Sin 2 Celestial Edge is a new offline RPG game for mobile devices. I really like the graphics and combat gameplay, but it's definitely early days. You can tell it needs more stuff. For example, the story is a bit thin, and it could use more to do. Basically, if you're looking for a chill offline RPG where you can just smack some monsters and enjoy some nice visuals. Arcane Quest Legends 2 is a fantastic mobile open-world RPG. This game is like a classic dungeon crawler where you explore dark, spooky dungeons, fight monsters, and collect shiny loot. The graphics might not be the most mind-blowing, but they're charming in a retro kind of way. If you're a fan of classic open-world RPGs, then this game is definitely worth checking out. Harvest Moon: Home Sweet Home is a mobile RPG where you run a farm and talk to villagers. You plant crops, raise animals, and try to make your farm nice. It's really relaxing, and the cute art is a nice touch. Just don't expect a super deep RPG experience, it's more like a casual time. Powerlust. This game is made by one guy, Bart Mamzer, and it's completely free, no forced ads, no pay to win. Powerlust is an old-school action RPG roguelike with manual combat and a dark atmosphere. You can play the story mode, which is still in development but has some interesting quests and locations. The game has skill-based gameplay, no auto-fight mechanics, and a hardcore permadeath mode for roguelike fans. I think Powerlust is a great game for anyone who loves action RPGs and roguelikes. Is a medieval combat game, and the core idea is pretty solid. You're swinging swords, trying to survive, and there's a definite sense of progression as you learn the combat. However, the game definitely has some areas that need improvement. The graphics aren't the most polished, and the controls can feel a bit clunky at times. But it's got potential, and the core gameplay loop is fun. It just needs some. Takashi Ninja Warrior Remake is a captivating offline ninja game that immerses you in a world of ancient Japan. The combat system is a double-edged sword. It's incredibly satisfying when you finally land a perfect dodge and counterattack, but it can also be brutally punishing. However, the difficulty curve can be steep, especially for those new to Souls-like games. If you're up for a challenging yet deeply satisfying experience, Takashi Ninja Warrior Remake is definitely worth. Steel and Flesh 2 is a blend of medieval strategy and action RPG, like Mount Blade, Warband. You're dropped into a large open world where you can build your own army, conquer territories, and engage in massive battles. You can manage your troops, form alliances, and engage in political intrigue. However, the game is also quite complex, and it has a steep learning curve. It's for players who are willing to deal with some rough edges for a truly long. Trials of Mana is a remake of a classic RPG, and it's brought that nostalgic feel to mobile pretty well. The gameplay is action RPG, so you're actively involved in the combat. It's got a nice flow, and the different character classes add a lot of variety. The story is a classic, with a focus on a chosen group of heroes saving the world. I think Trials of Mana is one of the best. Titan Quest, Ultimate Edition segment. Experience Titan Quest is a classic action RPG originally released on PC that's been ported to mobile, and it's a pretty solid port. You're exploring ancient Greece, Egypt, and beyond, fighting mythological monsters and collecting loot. It's got that familiar Diablo-style gameplay with a focus on character customization and skill building. It offers a lot of value. Atom RPG is a post-apocalyptic isometric RPG that throws you into a Soviet-inspired wasteland. It's got a real gritty, old-school feel, and the dialogue is surprisingly well written. It's definitely not for everyone. It's a challenging game with a lot of text, and the combat can be unforgiving. If you're a fan of classic RPGs and you're looking for a deep, immersive experience with Vampire's Fall, Origins RPG, try this one. It's a bit of an old-school throwback, and that's actually a good thing. Vampire's Fall is a 2D open-world RPG with a dark, gothic vibe. You create your vampire character and explore a world filled with quests, battles, and lore. The writing is surprisingly good, and the choices you make actually see. The Last Remnant Remastered is a great JRPG for mobile devices. The world is pretty, and the music gets you pumped during fights, but battling is confusing. You give your characters commands, but it doesn't always feel like they do what you expect. The story starts well but gets kind of boring. Warrior of Seel is a mobile fighting game that focuses on the Indonesian martial art of Seel. You're thrown into a series of one-on-one fights, using various Seel techniques to beat your opponents. Warrior of Seel has got potential to be a great RPG, but it definitely needs some better graphics, options, and a lot more polish. Basic Exile Kingdoms is a fun RPG on mobile that reminded me of old computer games. I liked exploring the big world, finding secrets and treasure. The graphics aren't fancy, and the story is okay. It's a good RPG for people who like classic adventures.